And we're back.
You want to try ringing her again, or
Yeah, I'll try it. If she picks up, cool. If not, yeah, it's okay.
what?
I don't know. Maybe she's not into it. Maybe she's listening and decide. It says call failed. Maybe she's listening and trying to decide if she wants to jump in or not. Maybe she wasn't really that into it on Thursday.
Nah, I'm sure she was fine. I keep forgetting that she has her daughter. I forgot about that.
Well, that and then the other thing too is I wonder if she really was having problems with her landlord the other night when she said she was and she couldn't come on. Like maybe she was just nervous and shy, and she wanted to see how you and I interact on the show.
Yeah. Well, if that were the case, I can't blame her.
Oh no, not at all. Yeah, because it's.
I do think she's a good fit though,
Oh
personally.
yeah, me too.
Um, yeah, I don't know, but I don't know. Like I said, she can't come on. There's always tomorrow.
Yeah.
Um, is this? I mean, you're not that far from me, but is this snowing where you are, or raining, or whatever?
As far as what my Droid phone says, it is. It was snowing earlier and then raining.
Okay, all right. Yeah, because I can't even make it outside of my fucking front door right now because of all the fucking ice.
Oh. Oh, what? It's that bad? Like sleet?
Well, like most of it probably melted now, but earlier when I was coming back from Jefferson, because I had my uncle's truck,
Yeah.
and when I was driving back, there's a main road near where I live at, and I don't know if I lost traction. I might have lost traction, but I slid over and hit the little bit of that guardrail thing, like the
Mm-hmm.
guardrail area, which I usually wasn't freaking out, but even when I parked the truck, got home, whatever, as soon as I got out the truck, I almost like ate it right there. So
Wow.
there's a little, it was probably like a really super thin coat of ice, but it probably melted anyway. So
I
earlier it was questionable.
Roosevelt Boulevard?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know Ridge Ave?
yeah.
Okay. I used to go out with a girl, um, and you know what? She could probably be hearing this right now for all I know. But I was going out with a girl in Manayunk, which is off of Ridge Ave for those who don't know. It was about 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was coming home, and I hit the guardrail too in my Jeep. But it was during the summer. The reason why I hit the guardrail was because I was jerking on the way home.
What enticed you to jerk on the way home?
I was really horny, and I did it one time, like on the Betsy Ross Bridge, and I thought, all right, this is easy. Like I finished and everything,
Oh wow,
and I
that's
think nothing happened. There was no cars that saw me or anything like that. So I don't know. I just got in the habit of doing it every weekend for a while, for like a few months, and then the one night that I was doing it, I did it and I hit the rail. Thank God I didn't
go over.
crash or yeah, nothing happened. I just had to straighten out the wheel and that was it.
Oh man.
And of
Nah,
course,
I was gonna hope you. I was gonna hope you were saying like maybe some chick was in the car and gave you like a hand job, and
nah, it
that
was
was
just
it.
me.
Oh,
But
dude.
of course
I
the
was,
obvious of course the obvious question is, did I finish or not? Of course I finished. I'm a guy. I'm not gonna stop.
I would have stopped it. Like, you know what? This can wait.
Oh, not me.
I'd,
I gotta get the baby batter out of the brain.
fuck that, man. I'd have put my fucking winker away and left.
No way.
Fuck that shit. Because if my plus, you know that fucking that area right there, that ridge. That's like once you go over that bitch, if you go over that fucking hill, that's a
Oh
wrap.
yeah, that's it.
Like
You're done.
you're dead. Like because like where was that? Up now, not Manayunk, Route 23. Going towards was it not is it Glen Mills? No,
I'm not
it's
sure.
going towards the King of Prussia.
Oh yeah, okay.
If you take Route 23, like it's weird how the road goes, but eventually you have to pass through Conshohocken.
Yeah.
And before you get through Conshohocken, because I take that road just to drive, just to test my fucking skills on my BMW.
Right.
But even driving back there, like Beamers don't really give me problems in no type of weather, not even in snow.
I thought you had a
But
Lexus.
got rid of it.
Oh, all right. What year's your Beamer?
2001 740,
What color is it?
dark green with black,
Nice.
like a dark money green with black.
Yeah.
The interior was aftermarket though, because they never had an option that year where you could have, but it's very limited. But whoever had it switched everything out all stock to black everything out, like a suede headliner,
Wow.
black everything, which is really nice. It's not a bad looking car, um, but what is it? It needs a few things right now. Working on. I need to get the differential and a few other items fixed out. I'm tweaking it to more of what was it going to be? Like kind of when I'm finished, should have more of a M5 or I guess what they call it M brand when it's finished. Just make it faster, nicer, quicker, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, driving back here on this road or whatever, I didn't realize there's a certain point in one of the high points of the roads where it looks like it's a guardrail there.
Mm-hmm.
If you overshoot that turn, you come in too hot, or if you're being a dickhead and you go too slow, there's a part where the road will puddle up.
Oh yeah.
And from the driver's perspective, it looks like a puddle, like a little shallow, a shallow puddle.
Yeah.
And in actuality, that puddle is about 3.5 inches deep. And to a person standing 3 inches of water is not a big deal, but to a car with, no traction control on, it's really dangerous.
Yeah, 3 inches is enough.
Yeah, it's more. Yeah, and that 3 inches of water is going downhill at that. Like it kind of slowly descends and gets lower and lower.
Yeah.
But there's a pocket of water that just dips in there, and it's just a bunch of water.
Yeah.
And even when you drive through it, that water would then submerge back up and level out again. Well, long story short, not to me, but I've seen the car. I think it was a Porsche 911 or whatever, coming through that hill, and he was coming in way too fucking hot, like super hot. As he came down the hill, he hydroplaned it, spun out, and ran into the side wall. Now the wall is nothing but sheer rocks, just all rocks.
Yeah.
And luckily enough, only the passenger side of the Porsche got fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess because of how fast he's going, his car somehow bounced off the wall and just rolled all the way down the hill.
Wow.
And eventually, the only thing that stopped him was there was a parked truck at the base of the hill there that stopped him from rolling into another set of rocks that could have probably wound up killing him. Because he went in pretty hard. Like, he went in really hard. So.
I thought you were going to say that he had his pecker in his hand.
No, I don't. Well, it's a Porsche, and I'm sitting in the truck, so I don't think I could have noticed. Besides, I was going up the hill as he was coming down it.
Well, if I'm jerking while I'm driving home and I get into a car accident, I'm hoping I'm dying.
Yeah, you better, because you better explain to the cop, because like, what happened, son? Well, what happened, officer, was I was thinking about your wife. And I was just jerking off. Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain to a police officer. Like, yeah, and plus you can't explain it to a ballot cop. They don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah, I know. Some cops are really serious. I remember I was driving down South Street in Philly, and I had my Jeep, and it was a 1600-watt system with the speakers and the amps and all that stuff, and I was blasting my heavy metal music really loud. A cop pulls me over, and I had one of my buddies in the passenger seat, and he went to the back. I don't know, to look at my car or something like that, and I said really loud on purpose, "I wonder if he's married," just to try to like joke around a little bit, maybe get out of the ticket. But he came back and showed me his ring finger and says that he was married, and he still gave me a ticket anyway.
What was the point of asking if he was married?
Just to like mess around with him. Maybe he's gay and he would find me attractive and I get out of a ticket. But he gave me a $300 ticket anyway.
For what reason again? What, noise ordinance?
Yeah, playing my music too loud.
Where were you at when this happened? In South Philly, you said, right?
South Street.
Oh, yeah. They're infamous for that.
Yeah.
But see, here's the thing. Here's the trick of the trade. If you're driving in a truck that has a 6-inch or higher lift kit, they can't do shit to you. And here's why. This guy, I think it was one of those corporate like monster trucks or like Red Bull trucks or something. They were coming down South Street, and mind you, this is a turbo diesel, so when they lay the gas, all that fucking sulfur comes out the back.
Yeah.
They're driving down. Now, mind you, their system's not even as loud as yours. Probably. You can hear it, but you hear more of the bass than you do the music.
Right.
And it's low, like it's super low. Like you can hear it. Like if you're in one of the bars, you feel the vibration more than you actually feel it, than you see it or hear it.
Yeah, I'm not really into that. I want to hear the music.
Yeah, well, no, I think that's what they do. Even up, I think on 8th Street, it clearly has a sign that says, lower your music. Like 8th and South. Tells you in advance.
I haven't seen it lately.
Yeah, it's probably new. This is like last when I saw this.
Oh.
But they're driving down the road, and they're going normal traffic. They're not really going fast. As soon as they get to right about, I would say 6th and South.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of bike cops there. And one of the bike cops kind of like, I guess, grabs his flashlight and kind of waves it into the driver's windshield. So the guy, I think he does turn the music down. I think kicks the hand. And once the light turns green, you hear the guy pop the clutch, and you hear Turbo spool up. He spews out all that fucking exhaust smoke and all the bike cops sitting there.
Really?
But the fucked up part about it was, it's like he couldn't go far.
Yeah, I know
So
because South Street on a weekend night, it's
it's
forget it.
packed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like he spews up and he pops the clutch, he chirps a little bit, and all that smoke comes out. Yo, I've never seen so many cops get so heated so goddamn quickly. They're like, get out the fucking
Wow.
truck. They were like giving so much shit about it. And he's like, he tried to explain to him. He's like, well, I can't help it. Like that's the way this truck's designed. Like it's
Is,
intended to do that.
is that true though, or was he like messing around with the cops?
Nah, I think he was fucking with him, but he did. But for those who, I think the reason why he got away from like the ticket and getting his ass reamed was because there were 4 more trucks behind him who also happened to be diesels also.
Hmm.
And they were like, look, and the guy was like, it does do that. He's like, watch. And he does the same thing. He pops the clutch, chirps it, and all the smoke comes out. He's like, that's the way they are. That's the way that these trucks are designed. And the one cop's like,
Wow.
no, it's illegal. Your exhaust is illegal, and blah, 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 blah. So finally, after like 20 minutes of holding up more traffic, they finally, like, come to their terms. And I think he just cites him or something and says, like, I don't want to catch you around here ever again. And he's like, well, unfortunately, I can't help that because I'm sponsoring a bar a block from here. So I have to be here.
Hmm.
So you can't do anything about it. Like, I'm sorry.
Wow.
But it was just funny. I answer your question. I think he did it intentionally.
I mean,
Cause,
I thought he would have gotten tickets.
uh, but the thing about one of those things, like if it's a corporate sponsored event and it's not a personal use thing, they really can't give you shit about it. Because for all he knows, there could have been other cops at the other bar waiting for this truck to show up.
Yeah.
Like they do that sometimes. They'll have an escort down there waiting for you so you can do your thing. Because this was a full-fledged like party truck. Like it had DJ equipment on it and all kinds of shit on there. So, I mean, I'm assuming that it was more just for the bar and the event on the street. But the fact that the cops were being, that picky about the music was just outrageous. Because they, like I said, they got out of control with it sometimes.
Yeah.
But whatever.
We got a little bit of time left still. You want to finish this that Dennis Rodman clip where he's interviewed about the China thing?
Well, you can, but I watched it after we got there and I laughed my ass off.
You watched it on TV?
No, I went to YouTube and watched the whole thing.
Oh, is it good?
Oh my God, it's funny. But you see, it is funny. I'll let you finish it though. So
All
I
right,
don't know.
all right, yeah, I'll play it right now 'cause, since we have a little bit of time left.
Okay.
All right, hold on.
And we are
I'm gonna
back
go
now
back
with
to
this
where I
week's
left
weirdest
off.
encounter.
Respect him. He did one thing to me. Been a
Here it
friend.
is.
I didn't talk about that. Understand that. I understand that.
Do
But
you
as
think
far
you have a
as
responsibility to ask him about it so that you don't be perceived as sort of propping up his regime, his cult of personality?
well, so I think when you grow up in an environment, especially when your grandpa and your father, the one thing, the kid's only 28 years old.
You called them great leaders. Do you really believe that?
No, what I saw in that country, and I saw people respect him and his family. That's what I mean about that.
Aren't
Great
they?
leader.
They don't respect him; they fear him.
Yeah. Oh, it gets better. Keep going.
I mean, he'll kill anybody in his country as fast as anything.
Yeah.
I mean, even George Stephanopoulos said he's got what 200,000 of his own people in prisons or something.
Like concentration camps.
Yeah.
About 200 miles north from. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Robin's an idiot.
It gets better. It gets a lot better.
All right, here we go.
He was there.
Aren't they forced to?
Well, I say no because I think he's going to change something because he has a different view. Because I sat with him for 2 days, and the one thing he asked me to give Obama something to say and do one thing. He brought Obama to do one thing: call him.
He wants a call from President Obama?
That's right. He told me that. He said, "If you can, Dennis, I don't want to do war. I don't want to do war." He said that to me.
Did you say, why don't you pick up the phone and call President Obama?
No, you know what? It's a different story. It's a different story because guess what? The kid's only 20 years old. 28. He's not his dad, not his grandpa. He's 28
So you
years
think-
old.
That doesn't make sense to me. You could say to a 28-year-old, if you want to avert war, give a call.
Yeah. Well, it gets to the point where I think Stephanopoulos gets like kind of pissed a little bit
I can't blame him.
because because like it gets to a point which you'll be able to hear. He gets to a point where Dennis Rodman starts calling him dude.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
I mean, if I'm over there meeting with this Chinaman and he's saying, I'm waiting for Obama to call me.
It's hold up, I am not the Chinese. I
Yeah.
am Korean.
I
I am
mean,
a Korean.
I would just be like, all right, well, here's my cell phone. Call the White House.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, what's it? I mean, what's the Chinaman goes? I can't. I'm only 28.
Nah, it's not. See, but I don't know. But see, it gets better because not even so much interview you're about to play back.
Yeah.
There's another one that CNN. Oh my God, CNN like made the best like chopped up version of that interview.
Oh, CNN took the Rodman and Stephanopoulos interview.
Oh my God, yeah. Like you know Anderson Cooper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right. So he kind of adds insult to injury with that by inviting two female journalists who also happen to be Asian American. I don't know their actual nationality, but they were two journalists who were also captured, and they both got. There was a group of journalists, but they were among the two of the group who got released through Bill Clinton. I think he somehow managed to get them surrendered back to the States.
Isn't Anderson Cooper a gay albino?
I just know he's gay. I don't know about the albino part.
All right. He's white as hell.
Yeah, he doesn't get a little bit of sunlight, but yeah, they basically like he talks to him and he's like trying to get their insight, and both the girls are just ripping in the rod and like, oh, nobody takes him seriously because it's him. So
Wow.
it's like, but the other part of the segment is like when you play it, you'll hear it. Like they quote him out anytime he says dude and all his other shit. And I'm like, oh man, like they tear this guy apart.
Damn. All right, well, I'll keep playing more then.
All right.
I mean, are you interested? Do you want to hear it again?
No, it's cool. It's just interesting. It's funny to me because I don't see why people are making such a big deal about it. But okay.
Okay. All right, I'll play some more.
He's different. What did he tell you about America, and what did you learn about him?
Guess what? The one thing I said to him, I said, we talked about it, if you see the clips or whatever, he loves basketball. Now I said the same thing I said, Obama loves basketball. Let's start there. If you see the quotes in the papers, he says that.
Obama loves basketball. Let's start there. Is that what he said?
As a common ground type of thing, like a.
Oh, all right.
That's what he means. Like if you want, like if you can print, so.
Here's. Well, all right. I don't think you need basketball to break the ice between the Chinese guy and Obama, because I think if the guy called Obama and said, this is me, I don't want a war, I think that's enough icebreaker as it is.
Yeah, well, or you just say, hey, you want to play some horse?
Yeah, or something, or,
I don't know. But, yeah.
I mean, I mean, what else you guys? So how do you like running a country? Like, you really don't need an icebreaker. You say, I don't want a war.
Yeah, but see, we all know, you and I both know that that's not how it goes down in the real world.
Yeah.
So,
and then you know what? I mean, you're a lot more smarter than I am. Did you ever hear the reason of why North Korea wants to kill us? Like, I don't. That's not rhetorical. I really don't know.
To be honest with you, I don't know either. I mean, that's one thing. Unfortunately, I don't do enough. I want to say research. I don't care enough to know.
Okay.
Because I think, from what I understand, it dates back well before his father, well before Kim's father. The beef between the whole what the fuck. It's more financial shit than anything else. They're related more to the war because remember, the nuclear technology that they're referring that North Korea has nothing compared to say what Russia has.
Right. Yeah.
Or Germany or whatever. Like if you want to fucking have a pissing war on this subject, Russia and Germany and areas like it will pretty much shit on everybody. That's why if you notice that America and other countries don't fuck with Russia.
Oh yeah.
Like they know better to fuck with them. So. Because they know what it is already. They know better. And same thing with Germany. Like, they know fucking better not to fuck with them.
What if you go to a nightclub and it's a Russian bouncer?
Huh?
What if you go to a nightclub and it's a Russian bouncer?
I'll deal with them.
Okay.
They have pain tolerances. But I love their women. Russian chicks are fucking awesome. And they're probably one of the best chicks to fuck, period.
Really? Why are they wild in bed?
Oh, my God, yeah.
Really?
They're up there with Latin girls. They're raunchy, man. Like, Aggressive is a passive word. Their safe word is more.
Did you ever watch Asian porn?
No, I can't. I can't do it.
Oh, they're crazy. They do
I can't.
anything.
You mean like Asian on Asian?
I'm talking like Korean and all that stuff. Like, yeah,
If it's like an Asian chick with like say like everybody else but an Asian, I can do that.
I mean, they're in the sodomy and all kinds of stuff. They're
Oh yeah,
nuts.
yeah. They do all. Yeah, I mean, I thought like hanging girls up from like suspension areas and things like that was bad. But yeah, you're right. They do some pretty. I seen some pretty fucked up shit they did. I seen one girl, the guy wrapped her up in like saran wrap.
Yeah.
Wrapped her whole body in saran wrap, and he like literally bonded her face.
Yeah.
And everything. This girl, I think he was gonna kill her because she literally started turning blue, and he finally took out his blade and like made a hole, like a incision around her mouth and her nose so she can breathe.
Yeah.
She still was turning fucking blue.
Wow.
And then eventually, like he took the fucking saran wrap off her body, like off her head, so she can breathe. And he like just basically fucked her in a saran wrap. That was it. Like it was like just fucked her while she's in saran wrap. Like that was it.
They do
like,
the weirdest stuff.
Tell me about it, man. Like I mean, I've seen some pretty off the wall shit with some porn, but that's up there.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
yeah.
Man. So I've seen some pretty crazy shit, but they're not bad considering to some of the shit. Because if you want to know who has the worst, creepiest porn, I would say anybody from the UK does. Any European porn is freaking weird.
What's like the weirdest off the wall stuff you've ever seen?
Fuck. They have these clubs. I know we're almost out of time. Make it quick. They have these clubs, like couples clubs. At least that's the plot of the film. They have these couple clubs, and these girls go in there, and they look like they're just girls' night out. But to their surprise, their dismay, if you will, there's these guys there, and they basically go in there, and these girls, they do like the wildest shit. Like one girl never knew what fisting was, so
Okay.
the guy was like, you know what? Like I'm not going to scare you, I'm not going to freak you out. We're going to take it easy. So he starts with little things. He starts inserting shit in her. Little things first, like he'll start with like a golf ball and gradually move up.
Oh, so it gets bigger and bigger
Oh
and
my god! So like to the point. So at first I was like, okay, this is watchable to a degree. So finally, in the middle of the porn, it pauses and there's a disclaimer, and it basically says in a nutshell that the content you're about to see, blah blah blah. If in fact if you're disgusted, if you're not, you can stop it or whatever. Of course, you're going to be enticed to just fast forward and see what the fuck is so bad about this. I should have not fast forward. Because it went from starting with the insertion just from her vag to sticking shit up her ass, and what came out of her ass was not what I expected. Because it literally cut from the scene with her just her ass shot. I'm thinking like, okay, she's naked, her ass is in the air. What's so bad? Within like 2 seconds of that scene, you see her ass start to slowly gape open, and there's nothing coming out. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be bad, and that's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
And what comes out made my jaw drop.
Well, what was it, doo-doo?
No. It was far worse than that. It was two.
A baby?
Two. It was about as big as a baby. 2 fucking grapefruits.
Oh my god! Like a regular sized grapefruit?
No, this is like some fucking out of a movies and like this weird mutant grapefruit. This is not something you serve at breakfast. This thing was mute. This is like the size of a small like fucking salt. I don't know. It was huge.
Wow.
Because like literally, she dropped one, and she paused, and then another one just dropped out.
How do you even like? How do you do that? Like, I mean, just to have that capacity,
Yo, I don't
to
know.
hold them.
That was probably the freakiest shit. There was one that says there's a girl who signed the Vivid. Really, I forgot her name, but she's real popular.
Lee.
And she was talking
okay.
about this on Howard Stern like years ago. She basically said that she wanted to get one last film in before she like leaves the business. And the guy was like, "I got a proposal for you." He was like, "I want you to stick this, this dildo up your ass." But it had to be at least a good 2-3 feet long, easy.
Wow.
And the guy was like, "For every 6 inches you put up there, I'll throw $100,000 at you against what I'm paying you." She got, I kid you not, 2.5 feet of that shit up her body.
That had to hurt, like in the lungs and stuff.
And in one shot, I'm like, how did she fucking do that? Like it took her some time, but she eventually did it, and he sure enough came up. He literally gave her whatever he owed her plus, for every 6 inches, $100,000. She made a come up that day.
Every 6 inches, 100 grand.
He told her that. He's like, for every 6 inches you push up in there, I will give you 100 grand.
Well, that's you figure like the first 12 inches is almost easy money because first of all, just about every girl can take 6 inches.
Well, I think it was a certain point. I think she didn't say like it was from start to finish because even Howard was like, well, in that point you could just walked away. Like if you do the math,
Yeah,
you'll
really.
be a millionaire when it's over. And she was like, yeah, well, there was a little something there. So I'm assuming there was like if she had so much of it up there already, once you get past that point, for every 6 inches past that point, I'll throw you 100 grand.
Damn.
So, but she did it though. Her and her little girlfriend who was with her. I don't know.
I'm just trying. I'm trying to comprehend that.
Oh man, I love women who are willing to push their boundary like that. I really am. Like I can say I openly can respect them to that degree because at that point you're not a whore to me anymore. You're like a role model to want to be whores.
I wonder if she had to go to the hospital after that though to get like checked out, make sure she like didn't rip anything or puncture.
I'm sure she did all that, but she didn't seem to be fazed by it. So, I mean, she's had worse things up her body before, so
Yeah, really.
it's okay.
Huh. Wow.
Yep.
All right. Well, we got a couple minutes left. I'll keep playing this,
Cool.
and then see what happens.
He says that about sports. Both of you guys love basketball so much.
So that's one tiny bit of common ground. Did you get any sense from him that he was looking to change the relationship with the United States?
Well, one thing about him, one thing I noticed about him,
He said, dude.
Yeah.
He's very humble, man. As a kid, he's very humble. He's very strong as a man. He's very strong, but guess what? He don't want war. That's one thing he don't want.
He said in the past that he would destroy the United States.
Well, I just think that's coming from his father. I think as a young man, he don't want anything.
What else does he know about the United States and President Obama from what you could tell?
Well, I can tell about him. He does one thing. He loves power. He loves control because of his, dad and stuff like that. But he's a great guy. He's just a great guy. If you sit down and talk to him, perception is perceived.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, great, like in that psychopathic short bus kind of way.
I wonder if he's like curious about like Philly cheesesteaks and the New York restaurants, like anything like that.
No, he's not. It's you know what? I'll save this for tomorrow. But there's something I want to bring to your attention. Matter of fact, if you can, YouTube some of Bill Maher's real time, like with Bill Maher.
Yeah.
YouTube some of that shit and let me know what you think about that.
Okay. I'll check it out.
Because that will make you laugh your ass off.
That's weird. He said he's a great guy.
Yeah. In fact, if you want, why don't you go ahead and finish that? Because I know we're out of time almost. And just let me know what you think. Because honestly, if you haven't watched when you watch the whole thing, you'll laugh your ass off. And look for the CNN version of that same interview and watch how they tear the guy apart.
Well, we're gonna have to finish it tomorrow because we got almost a minute left.
Yeah.
So
But it's funny, man. It's so funny.
Well, yeah. What we'll do is tomorrow we'll definitely finish it, and I got some other stuff I want to play, and just go from there.
All right, cool.
All right. Well, then I guess we're out.
All right.
And
hopefully Chris will be on tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow 3 of us, but definitely 2 of us.
Word.
All right.
All right, dude.
We're out.
Later.
All right, everybody. We are gone. See you tomorrow. And if I don't, well, then I don't know. Those are the breaks. Bye-bye.
If you would like to be a part of the Dominic DeMarco Show or advertise on the show, let us know by going to DominicDeMarco.com and filling out the form